कैसे हैं आप सभी? आई होप आप सभी बहुत अच्छे से होंगे। क्लास की शुरुआत करते हैं। चैप्टर है हमारा एजुकेशन अंडर ब्रिटिश सिस्टम। लर्निंग पार्ट इंडिजियस एजुकेशन सिस्टम, द न्यू एजुकेशन सिस्टम, इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन, ग्रोथ ऑफ नेशनल एजुकेशन. Every person has a right to education and it is also essential for a person's growth. However, India is still facing the problem of having a large section of uneducated population. बच्चों, हर एक इंसान का राइट है कि उसे राइट टू एजुकेशन मिले. ये एसेंशियल है पीपल के ग्रोथ के लिए कि वो उसके अंदर एजुकेशन फीड किया जाए. एजुकेशन इज़ अ ग्रेट इम्पॉर्टेंस. इट फॉर्म्स द basis of our civic life. Indian Railways always had a culture of arts and sciences, but it was mostly confined to their customs and traditions. As we know that the British conquered territories in India and took control over the resources. Different British officials had different views about the Indian culture and educational system. Different जो British officials हैं उनके different views हैं Indian culture के बारे में, उसके education systems के बारे में. Indigenous education system. Before the arrival of the British, India followed a very flexible education system. Every village and town in India had a school. जितने भी टाउन या जितने भी विलेजेस थे ब्रिटिशर के अराइवल से पहले सभी में स्कूल्स होते थे इंडिया में. एलिमेंट्री स्कूल एजुकेशन. There were pathshalas for the Hindus and maktabs for the Muslims. There were the centers of elementary education for children. In these places, children were taught to read, write, do simple mathematical exercises or remember the texts of their respective religions. They were also taught the basic writing skills. बच्चों, हिंदूज के लिए पाठशाला हुआ करता था और वहीं पर मकताब्स मुस्लिम के लिए हुआ करता था. यहाँ पर बच्चों को सिखाया जाता था, लिखना सिखाया जाता था, पढ़ना सिखाया जाता था, सिंपल मैथमेटिकल के एक्सरसाइजेस कराए जाते थे और उनके जो लैंग्वेज के रिलीजन के जो रिस्पेक्टिव टेक्स्ट होते थे वो सिखाए जाते थे. यानी कि बेसिक राइटिंग स्किल्स उन्हें सिखाई जाती थी. Higher education. The centers of higher education were mostly located in developed cities and very fewer in number. They were mostly patronized by the rulers or nobles. The students coming to these centers were mostly from the upper classes. बहुत ही कम एजुकेशनल हायर एजुकेशनल सेंटर्स हुआ करते थे जहाँ पर जो अपर क्लासेस के लोगों के बच्चे होते थे केवल वही पढ़ते थे. आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग देयर एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन, स्टूडेंट्स वुड जॉइन दीज सेंटर्स टू स्टडी फर्दर. The Hindus received higher education in tolls where the medium of instruction was Sanskrit. संस्कृत में जो हिंदूज होते थे वो अपने एजुकेशंस लिया करते थे. Tolls were informed schools in ancient India established at holy centers like Benares, now Varanasi, and Nasik, where students were taught law, logic, grammar and philosophy. The Muslims were taught in Madras, where the medium of teaching was Persian. Law, logic, science, mathematics, religious literature, philosophy, medicine, astronomy were among the main subjects taught in these education centers. However, this system did not impact literacy to a large part of the population and continued in most part of the company's territory for some time. But eventually, the Indian system of education suffered under the company's rule as the grants that it had received from the Indian rulers were withdrawn. Introduction of Western education. The East India Company showed very little interest in the promotion of education in India. East India Company जो थी वो education के मामले में उसने बहुत ही कम इंटरेस्ट दिखाया था इंडिया के अंदर. Only a few educational institutions were set up by the company to ensure the steady supply of Indians to the law courts set up by the company in India. Their knowledge in classical languages was utilized by the British to establish correspondence with the native states. The first institution of such type was Calcutta Madras, set up by Warren Hastings in 1781 for the study of Muslim law and related subjects. Sanskrit College was established by Jonathan Deccan in Banaras in 1791 for the study of Hindu law and philosophy. बच्चों, कलकत्ता के मद्रास में वॉरेन हेस्टिंगसन ने 1781 में मुस्लिम लॉ के लिए या उससे रिलेटेड सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए पहला इंस्टीट्यूशन खोला था और वहीं पर संस्कृत को पढ़ाने के लिए संस्कृत कॉलेज के लिए जॉनथन डेकन ने बनारस में 1971 में हिंदू लॉ और फिलॉसफी के लिए बनारस में एक इंस्टीट्यूशन खोला था. फोर्ट विलियम कॉलेज was established in 1800 for the training of civil servants of the company in languages and customs of India. Thinking short, what do you think the British wanted to introduce Western education in India? Were they actually thinking of development of Indian on modern lines or just serving their self-interest? आपको क्या लगता है कि ब्रिटिशर्स सच में चाहते थे कि वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन इंडिया में आए, वो एक्चुअली मॉडर्नलीनेस लाना चाहते थे, इंडिया में एजुकेशन लाना चाहते थे, डेवलपमेंट लाना चाहते थे, या फिर वो सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट के लिए कर रहे थे? The new education system. Around the beginning of the 19th century, there were three main agencies who took interest in this field. 19th century के beginning में 3 ऐसे एजेंसीज थे जिन्होंने इसमें इंटरेस्ट लिया था. Christian missionaries. During the 19th century, the English missionary activists like Charles Grant and William Wilberforce compelled the East India Company to give up its policy of non-intervention in education. They thought that the modern education would destroy the faith of the Indians in their own religion and they would follow Christianity. Did you know? क्या आप जानते हैं? Charles Grant is considered the father of modern education, as it was because of its efforts that the Chart Act of 1813 come into द फोर्स. बच्चों क्या आप जानते हैं चार्ल्स ग्रांट वो पहले थे जिन्हें फादर ऑफ मॉडर्न एजुकेशन कहा जाता था. उन्होंने ही पहला एफर्ट लगाया था चार्ल्स एक्ट के थ्रू 1813 में. Moreover, such educated Indians would be loyal to the government and would easily accept British manufactured goods. Charter Act 1813. As the first step towards the development of education in India, the Charter Act of 1813 provided a sum of rupees 1 lakh for the development of education in India. But there was no clear-cut educational policy for India. कोई भी clear-cut educational policy India के लिए थी ही नहीं. On the issue of the content and medium of education, there were two groups among the administrations and enlightened Indians. One group called the Orientalists favored the study of traditional learning using vernacular languages. The other group, called the Anglicists, advocated the study of Western learning through English as the medium of instruction. Raja Ram Mohan Roy advocated the Western learning. Ultimately, in 1835, the government decided in favor of the promotion of European literature and sciences among the Indians. Lord T.B. Macaulay, the architect of modern Western education in India, wrote a note in support of the Anglicists. It was approved by Lord William Bentinck, the Governor General of India. The Act of 1835 formally introduced English education in India, and English was made the medium of instruction in the new schools and colleges opened by the government. Thinking short, Lord Macaulay once said, a single shelf of a good European library was the worth whole native literature of India and Arabia. What did he mean by this statement? बच्चों इसका मतलब क्या है उनके स्टेटमेंट का, इसकी प्रैक्टिस आप खुद से कीजिएगा. वुड्स डिस्पैच 1854. In 1854, the Court of Directors of the East India Company in London sent an educational dispatch to the Governor General in India. Issued by Charles Wood, the President of the Board of Control of the company, it has come to be known as Wood's Dispatch, outlining the educational policy that was to be followed in India. It emphasized once again the practice benefits of a system of European learning as opposed to Oriental knowledge. His report is described as the Magna Carta of English education in India. Following the 1854 dispatch, several measures were introduced by the British. Education departments of the government were set up to extend control over all matters regarding education. Steps were taken to establish a system of university education. In 1857, while the Sepoys rose in revolt in Meerut and Delhi, universities were being established in Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. Attempts were also made to bring about changes within the system of school education. The main recommendations of the Wood's dispatch were teaching of Western education would be the aim of government's education policy. उनका जो मेन था वो ये था कि वो वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन मेन होना चाहिए गवर्नमेंट एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में पढ़ाना. मीडियम ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन इज हायर क्लासेस टू बी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. हायर क्लासेस को का जो मीडियम हो पढ़ने का वो इंग्लिश हो, मीडियम हो. मेड प्रोविजंस फॉर सेटिंग अप वर्नाकुलर लोकल लैंग्वेज प्राइमरीली schools in villages, Anglo-vernacular high schools and affiliated colleges at the district level, offering grants to private schools which appointed qualified teachers and offered a proper standard of education, setting of universities modeled on London University in Bombay, Madras and Calcutta, giving due importance to the setting up of technical colleges for vocational instruction. Department of Public Instruction to be set up under the charge of a director in each province. Teacher recruitment and training institutions to be set up all over the country. Effects of new education system. New education system का इंडिया पर क्या इफेक्ट पड़ा? There were some major defects in educational system under the British. कुछ major defects थे एजुकेशनल सिस्टम में ब्रिटिश के अंदर. द न्यू एजुकेशनल सिस्टम नेग्लेक्टेड द एजुकेशन ऑफ द मासेस. द इंग्लिश मीडियम एजुकेशन completely overlooked the study of Indian literature, history, law and philosophy. Educational centers were located mainly in urban areas, so the rural population had no provision for education. The education of girls was neglected. The few institutions had been set up only imitated the western system of education that does not meet the needs of the country. खाली वेस्टर्न जो एजुकेशन होता था इंस्टीट्यूशन में वो पढ़ाया जाता था. गर्ल्स के एजुकेशन को नेग्लेक्ट किया गया था. कुछ एजुकेशनल सेंटर्स ऐसे थे जो कि अर्बन एरियाज़ में थे, तो रूरल एरियाज़ के जो बच्चे होते थे वो जा ही नहीं पाते थे, उनके पास में ये कन्वेंस ही नहीं होता था. डिड यू नो द ब्रिटिश वांटेड टू एजुकेट अ फ्यू इंडियंस फ्रॉम द अपर स्टेरा of the society who would in the course of time educate the masses and spread modern ideas. This was called the downward filtration theory and it was expected to filter the education downwards. The system however never worked in practice. The only favorable thing that come about from the new education system was the English became a language of communication among the educated Indians and they could now easily understand the dealings of the British. They were also introduced to modern liberal ideas which in the long run aroused more patriotic feelings in them. Let's do it. Divide the class into two groups and have a role play. बच्चों क्लास को दो ग्रुप में डिवाइड कीजिए और एक रोल प्ले कीजिए. वन ग्रुप कैन बी ओरिएंटलिस्ट्स एंड सपोर्ट ट्रेडिशनल इंडियन एजुकेशन while the other group can be the Anglilists and support the Western education. एक ग्रुप जो है ओरिएंटलिस्ट है जो कि इंडियन एजुकेशन को सपोर्ट करता है, दूसरा ग्रुप जो है वो एंग्लिसिस्ट है जो कि वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन को सपोर्ट करता है. मेक योर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर रीडिंग ऑफ द चैप्टर. चैप्टर के रीडिंग पर अपने आर्ग्यूमेंट्स को आप उसके बेसिस पर क्लियर कीजिए. ग्रोथ ऑफ नेशनल एजुकेशन. एजेंडा फॉर नेशनल एजुकेशन. देयर वर मेनी थिंकर्स इन इंडिया हु वांटेड अ वाइडर रिच of education. Some thinkers actually felt that Western education would help modernize India. They urged the British to open more educational institutions. Some wanted alternative systems of education to be created for people so that they had a chance of being educated through a system that was truly national. However, in Rangpur, now in Bangladesh, a new movement called the National Education Movement began. It gave birth to the first nationalist school in Bengal. This was in protest against the repressive measures of the British. Satish Chandra Mukherjee founded the Organization of National Council of Education or the NCE 1906. He also established the National College and School under NCE at Calcutta. Its aim included imparting education through the medium of the learner's vernacular language, thereby making the process of learning easy. English was retained as a compulsory second language. The practice of giving practical knowledge relating to different subject was also started. Provisions were made for the study of physical sciences, liberal arts, culture and humanities. One could research in ancient Indian history, philosophy, economics, politics, arts and sciences. बच्चों कोई या तो वो रिसर्च कर सकते थे इंडियन एंशियंट हिस्ट्री के ऊपर, फिर चाहे वो फिलोसफी हो, फिर चाहे इकोनॉमिक्स हो, पॉलिटिक्स हो, आर्ट्स हो या फिर साइंसेस हो. National institutions like Kashi Vidyapeeth and Jamia Millia Islamia came up in 1920. Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore also reacted against the British education policy. They both wanted to instill Indian identity among students. Mahatma Gandhi said Western education created a sense of inferiority and enslaved Indians. Gandhi ji wanted a system of education which would help Indians regain their sense of dignity and pride. He felt the medium of instruction should be Indian languages as English was not in tune with their social surroundings. He stressed on the concept of self-help and highlighted the practical uses of educational because it was self-employment which would liberate millions of Indians from their poverty. He stressed on oral knowledge rather than reading from the textbooks, followed by writing which the English emphasized. According to Gandhiji, craft, art, health and education should all be integrated into one scheme. The scheme was called Nai Talim, New Educational Program. He believed education out to develop a person's mind and soul. महात्मा गांधी को लगता था कि एजुकेशन डेवलप करता है पर्सन के माइंड को, उसके सोल को. People need to use their hands to work and learn a craft and gather knowledge about various things operate. These would also develop their minds and improve their understanding and skills. Tagore, on the other hand, wanted the students to learn in an informal environment in tune with nature. To realize his vision, he established an educational institution called Vishwa Bharati at Shantiniketan in Bolpur, that is Bengal, in 1901. Located in a rural setting, it was about 100 km from Calcutta, that is Kolkata, in West Bengal. He believed children could cultivate their creativity living in harmony with nature. Open air education was initiated by him. Childhood, according to him, should be a time of self-learning, and teachers should be imaginative enough to understand the child and provide help in developing their courtesy. Curiosity. While Mahatma Gandhi was totally against Western education system and its worship of machines and technology, Tagore tried to combine elements of modern Western civilization with what he saw as the best within the Indian tradition. He stressed the need to teach science and technology along the arts, music and dance at Shantiniketan. This institution developed into the present-day Vishwa Bharati University in 1951. Let's do it. Do research on Gandhiji's Nayi Talim with the help of the internet and prepare a powerful PowerPoint presentation. You may include the basic ideas and features of this concept, the struggle and opposition faced by Gandhiji and its ultimate success. बच्चों, इसके बारे में आपको PowerPoint presentation बनाना है. इंटरनेट की मदद से इसे आप खुद से प्रैक्टिस कीजिएगा. वार्धा स्कीम ऑफ एजुकेशन. In 1937, the Congress Ministry assumed responsibility of administration in 7 major provinces of India. One of their major concerns was educational reforms. In October 1937, an All India National Education Conference was held at Wardha. It was presided over by Mahatma Gandhi. The conference decided that free and compulsory education would be provided for 7 years on a nationwide basis. The medium of instruction had to be the mother tongue of the students who received education. The conference accepted the proposal made by the Mahatma Gandhi that the process of education throughout this period should be centered around some form of manual and productive work. It was said that all other abilities to be developed or trained be linked to the central idea of the practice education with due regard to the environment of the child. The conference then appointed a committee with Dr. Zakir Hussain as its chairman. The committee submitted its report on December 2, 1937, and the scheme of education suggested by it is popularly known as the Wardha scheme. Some of its important features are as follows. There should be stress on some basics craft that may serve as the center of instruction. The idea is to impart the entire education through some industry or vocation. The purpose of the scheme should be to make pupils self-supporting after the completion of their course. Every individual should learn how to earn his living through some kind of manual skill. This is also considered non-violent, since an individual does not snatch away the living of others with the help of a machine. Instruction should be closely coordinated with the child's life, thus it should be focused on his home, village crafts and occupations. Case studies: Baroda and Aligarh. Baroda, now Vadodara is the third most populated town in Gujarat after Ahmedabad and Surat, and it is known for the Maharaja Sayaji Rao University of Baroda. The university is famous for its faculty of technology and engineering and fine arts department. बच्चों, बड़ौदा, जिसे अब वडोदरा कहा जाता है, ये थर्ड मोस्ट पॉपुलेटेड टाउन है गुजरात का, अहमदाबाद और सूरत के बाद में. इसे महाराजा सायाजी राव यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बड़ौदा के नाम से जाना जाता है. ये यूनिवर्सिटी जो है ये फेमस है अपनी फैकल्टी के टेक्नोलॉजी एंड इंजीनियरिंग और एंड फाइन आर्ट डिपार्टमेंट्स के लिए. द होल क्रेडिट फॉर conceiving the vision of such a great university goes to Maharaja Sayaji Rao III. He was a great genius and a man of versatile interests. He instituted a series of reforms in educational, social and economic fields. He established a network of social libraries and alacross throughout his state. He turned his capital into a city of majestic buildings and gardens. He advocated Swadeshi and helped the national movement. He was the maker of modern Baroda. In 1881, Maharaja Sayaji Rao III led the foundation of the Baroda College, which later grew into a full-fledged university. Students from all over the country and even abroad joined the university to receive education in engineering, technology and fine arts. The university caters to the needs of over 30,000 students. It has 13 faculties and 17 residential hostels. Aligarh. Aligarh is a prominent town in western Uttar Pradesh. It is known for the Aligarh Muslim University, that is AMU, founded in 1920. In fact, the Aligarh Muslim University grew out of the Muhammad Anglo-Oriental College in Aligarh, established in 1875. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, 1817 to 1898, the great Muslim reformer and educationist, was the force behind setting up the college by Hidayatullah Khan. The Muslims in India were by and large economically and educationally backward. They looked upon Western education with suspicion. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was deeply concerned at the depressed position of his community. He persuaded the fellow Muslims to accept social, religious and educational reforms. He also tried to win over the government's goodwill for the Muslims community. He strongly felt the need of learning English language and literature for better participation in public life and for getting better opportunities to enter the government services. Sir Ahmad's aim was to combine British education system with Islamic values. By doing so, he wanted to preserve and promote इस्लामिक कल्चर एंड रिलीजन. इसके चलते वो अपने इस्लामिक रिलीजन को, अपने इस्लामिक जो कल्चर था उसे दुनिया भर में प्रमोट करना चाहते थे. द एंग्लो मोहम्मद कॉलेज वॉज वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट रेजिडेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन इन इंडिया. इट प्रोड्यूस्ड अ न्यू एजुकेटेड क्लास ऑफ द मुस्लिम्स हु वर eager to take an active part in politics. This college was first affiliated to the Kolkata University and later with the Allahabad University. ये कॉलेज पहले जो था एसोसिएटेड था कलकत्ता यूनिवर्सिटी में से और बाद में से इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी से affiliated कर दिया गया. It began publishing magazines, established many schools for girls and added more subjects to the curriculum. इसने गर्ल्स के लिए एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस खोले और कई सारे एक्स्ट्रा कैरिकुलम एक्टिविटीज़ भी अपने उसमें शामिल किए, मैगजीन्स पब्लिश किए. अल्टीमेटली इन 1920 इट डेवलप्ड इनटू अ यूनिवर्सिटी नेम्ड एज अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी. सुल्तान जहान बेगम was the first chancellor of the Aligarh Muslim University. The university has produced many prominent leaders, writers and scholars of the subcontinent. The university has a strength of nearly 30,000 students and 80 departments of study. It draws many students from abroad also. Let's do it. Analyze how the Indian reformers were successful in their efforts to popularize Western education along with traditional Indian literature and culture. बच्चों अब आते हैं वर्ड ब्रेन पर. Instill, to make somebody think or feel something. Majestic, impressive because of its size or beauty. Affiliate, to connect an organization to a large organization. अब आते हैं exercises पर. Tick the correct answer. The Hindu college was started in Banaras in 1791 by Vidyasagar, Vivekanand, गांधी जी, जॉनथन डिंकन. बच्चों आगे की प्रैक्टिस खुद से कीजिएगा. फिल द गैप्स बच्चों चैप्टर की मदद से इसे खुद से कीजिएगा. राइट टी फॉर ट्रू एंड एफ फॉर फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट्स. द सेंटर्स ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन वर मोस्टली लोकेटेड इन रूरल एरियाज. ट्रू, फॉल्स. बच्चों आगे की प्रैक्टिस खुद से कीजिएगा. आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस ब्रीफली. बच्चों यहाँ कुछ क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं, चैप्टर की मदद से इसे खुद से कीजिएगा. आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस इन डिटेल्स. बच्चों यहाँ कुछ क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं जिसके बारे में चैप्टर में हमने डिस्कस किया है, चैप्टर की मदद से इसे खुद से कीजिएगा. स्किल एनरिचमेंट जोन. फन एक्टिविटी. One of the basic goals of introducing Western education in India was to form a social class which would be Indian in blood and color, but English in taste and opinions. Do you think that the English succeed in doing so? Get divided into groups of 6 and hold an extra class discussion. Each group will then present its conclusion. बच्चों अपनी क्लास की सहायता से इसे खुद से कीजिएगा. एक्टिविटी. फाइंड आउट फ्रॉम योर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स अबाउट वट दे स्टडीड इन स्कूल. अपने ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स से पूछिए कि वो स्कूल में क्या पढ़ते थे. फाइंड आउट अबाउट द हिस्ट्री ऑफ योर स्कूल और एनी अदर स्कूल इन द एरिया यू लिव एंड मेक अ प्रोजेक्ट ऑन इट. बच्चों एक प्रोजेक्ट बनाइए कि आपके स्कूल की या आपके एरिया में जहाँ पर आप रहते हैं उस स्कूल की हिस्ट्री क्या रही है. इसकी प्रैक्टिस खुद से कीजिएगा. आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स. Why did the most Indian reformers set up schools and institutions of higher learning? Education in ancient India was not meant for all. Similarly, education in British India was also not meant for all. What do you understand by this statement? बच्चों इसकी प्रैक्टिस आप खुद से कीजिएगा. चैप्टर की मदद से आप इसे खुद से कीजिएगा. बच्चों उम्मीद है क्लास में पढ़ाई गई हर एक बात आपको अच्छे से समझ में आ गई होगी. अब आप चैप्टर और एक्सरसाइज की प्रैक्टिस खुद से करते रहिएगा. हैं।